Our minds are constantly busy doing something pretty incredible. They're like architects, always drawing up blueprints for a better version of ourselves.
Okay, be honest. Have you ever been in the shower, replaying an argument in your head, and this time you absolutely crush it? You have the perfect comeback, the mic drop line, or maybe you're practicing that tough conversation with your boss, right? Nailing every single point. Yeah, you step out of that shower feeling like a total genius.
Well, guess what? That's not just some weird little habit. It's actually something way deeper. It's a form of construction. Your brain is literally building something. And today, we're going to take a look at the blueprint it's using. So this whole process, it actually has a name. It's called mental rehearsal. And believe it or not, it's one of the most powerful tools our minds have, even if we don't realize we're using it. Yeah, that voice in your head, the one that's constantly running, it's not just random noise. Think of it more like your brain's own private workshop. It's a simulator, really, where you get to test drive future versions of yourself and how you'll handle things.
Okay, so this all leads to the really big question. To get why our brains do this, we have to talk about the two different versions of you that are kinda living inside your head.
I mean, that's the real question, right? Why do we spend all this brain power on conversations that might never happen, or rerunning ones that are already over? What is the end game here? What is our brain trying to do?
Well, the answer, it turns out, is all about a gap. A gap between the person you are right now and the person you want to be. Your mind sees that distance, and its one job is to figure out how to get you across. So let's break that down. It's pretty simple, really. On one side, you've got your actual self. That's you, today. The good, the bad, your current habits, all of it. But then, on the other side, there's your ideal self. Now that is the version of you that you're aiming for. You know, the one who's a little more confident, says all the right things, is totally on top of their game. And all that mental practice, it's happening right in the space between those two. So let's zoom in on that second character for a minute, because honestly, that's the one that's really running the show here. Let's meet your ideal self.
So, what exactly is the ideal self? It's way more than just a daydream. It's this really detailed, personal vision of who you could be. It's the you that's witty, that's calm under pressure, the one who just knows what to say. It's basically your own internal North Star, always guiding you.
But where does this ideal even come from? It's not like it just appears out of nowhere, right? We actually build it from all sorts of pieces. Things like our core values, the people we look up to, our role models, and yeah, even societal expectations play a part, along with our biggest life goals.
All right, so let's bring this all the way back to you winning that argument in the shower. How does it all connect? Well, this is where the idea of practice, of perfecting things, comes in. See, your brain isn't just daydreaming. It's actually working. It's building a bridge. And every single time you mentally rehearse one of these scenarios, you're laying down another plank, trying to get from where you are, the actual you, to where you want to go, the ideal you. And even though it feels totally automatic, there's this subconscious blueprint that it's following. First, your mind pictures some future moment. Then, it figures out what the perfect outcome would be. After that, you start mentally practicing your part in it. And finally, you keep refining it, tweaking the performance with every mental run-through. So it really boils down to this. Just like the quote says, you're rehearsing these perfect versions of yourself. You're trying to close that gap between who you are now and who you feel you should be. It's like trying on a costume, practicing in it, hoping that eventually it just becomes, well, you. So, what's the big takeaway here? What do we do with this information about our own internal architecture? Let's talk about building that bridge. Here's the most important thing to get. This whole process, it's a feature of your brain, not a bug. It is the built-in system for personal growth. And once you realize that, you can start to use it on purpose. You can actually turn this automatic habit into a powerful, deliberate tool for becoming who you want to be. So think about it this way. Every single one of those imaginary conversations, every practice speech, it's like you're laying another brick. You're building the foundation for the person you're becoming. You are, literally, the architect of your future self, and you're building it one thought at a time. So, the next time you catch yourself doing this, don't just brush it off as daydreaming. Recognize it for what it is. It's your mind, at the drawing board, sketching out what's next. Which leaves us with one last really important question. Now that you know you have the blueprint, what are you going to build?